In today's video, we're going to learn what to do when a client won't pay. First things first, require payment up front. Partial payments will help keep everyone accountable, but full payments up front is best. When you start doing this, some clients may be annoyed while others will decline, but ultimately this is one way to gain peace of mind by turning down a wishy-washy client. To soften the blow of having the clients pay 100% up front, you can include a kill fee in your contract. That means if the client rejects the final product, you'll refund a portion of the payment. The client can't reject the project simply to get a partial refund though, because they won't retain the rights to the project. For an example of what to put into your contract, check out the blog post linked in the video description. Now, even if the client agrees to upfront payment, that doesn't mean they'll actually pay it. That's not such a big deal though, because you haven't started yet, but it's still a bummer. Your contract or invoice can set boundaries by saying invoices that are not paid within 5 business days will be automatically canceled, and pricing on canceled invoices does not guarantee the same pricing on future invoices for the same project. Even if the client is signing a contract, they may not read it thoroughly. Before anyone signs, send a brief email that outlines the main points of the contract. For example, it can look something like this. This doesn't completely cover your bases, that's what the contract's for, but it will clarify the details that clients commonly say, but I didn't know. When you send the final project, include a reminder about when the invoice is due and what will happen if it's not paid. You can definitely add late fees to your contract, but if a client isn't going to pay, they may not want to pay under any circumstances. Adding a one-time late fee or stacking late fees as the weeks go on can make it less likely that the client will pay at all. Instead, charge the client more upfront. For example, if they won't pay 100% upfront, but you want their business, add a 5% fee to the total cost, or simply estimate extra time when pricing the project. When an invoice goes unpaid for too long, you have to be aggressive about it. That doesn't mean you should start out by being threatening or rude, but don't hesitate to reach out to the client. First, send a reminder and then send them a separate email. You could say whatever you think is appropriate for the situation, and we actually have a few options you could see on our blog post. If you have a lawyer, you can have them send a demand letter, which isn't quite a legal threat, but is close enough to one to make them pay. You could also send a demand letter yourself as a preemptive move. You'll communicate that the next step is to get a lawyer involved, which most people want to avoid. Your demand letter should be professionally polite. You may be emotional and angry, but this is still a business, and the unfortunate truth is that unpaid invoices are inevitable. Here's what to include in a demand letter. An overview of the main facts, including the project name, delivery date, when the invoice and reminders were sent, and when you last heard from the client. A clear statement of exactly what you want. This may be the total due, or it may be the total plus a late fee if that's what your contract says. The day and time you must receive payment or a response. A statement that you'll have to get a lawyer or collection agency involved if the situation continues. Often, this is enough to get the client to pay or at least respond and work something out. If they still don't though, it's time to file in small claims court and/or contact a lawyer. Example email templates and such can be found in the blog post linked in the video description. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content. With that said, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.